Welcome on in back to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to be going over the most underrated LEGO Star Wars sets ever made. These are LEGO sets that deserve way more love than they ever got. Okay, so let's dive straight into it. In a 10th place we have the Corporate Alliance Tank Droid set 7748. This was a LEGO set that was released back in 2009 and retailed for $25. The set came with 2 regular B1 battle droids and 2 jetpack clone troopers. I always rather liked this LEGO set. It was a great cheap little army builder. You had 2 clones, 2 battle droids, and then the really cool Corporate Alliance tank droid, and it was a rather cheap set, $25. And don't get me wrong, it was by no means the flashiest thing on the shelf back then, but it was a really fun, functional build that honestly looks a lot better than some of the later remakes. Moving on to 9th place we have Poe's XWing Starfighter set 75273. This was released back in 2020 and retailed for $90. The set came with 4 minifigures, those being Poe Dameron, Janna, one of the Knights of Ren and R2-D2. We all know that LEGO love to make the X-Wing Starfighter, but this one was actually rather different. This is an orange and white version that featured in the Rise of Skywalker, and it actually looks really slick. The build is very tight and the rubber band wing function is really good fun. And you also get a really nice selection of minifigures. You get that Knight of Ren minifigure which looks very cool. I honestly think this LEGO set got really overlooked just because of how bad the movie it featured in was. Moving on to 8th place we have the Jedi and Clone Trooper Battle Pack set 75206. This LEGO set released in 2018 came with 102 pieces and retailed for $15. And the minifigure selection I thought was fantastic. You've got Ki-Adi-Mundi, Barriss Offee and 2 clone troopers. The main nitpick around this LEGO set was the fact that it's not a good army builder, and I totally get that. I mean, how can you disagree? You've got 2 named characters in this LEGO set and you're not going to want to army build them. You're not going to want to have 100 Ki-Adi-Mundis or Barriss Offees, so I totally get that criticism. But if we're going to be objective about this, as a standalone LEGO set, I thought this was really solid. You've got 2 Jedi minifigures that everyone wants to get, and then you've got 2 regular Phase 1 clone troopers that are very good for army building. So whether you're a minifigure collector or you're just really into the Clone Wars stuff, then I think this LEGO set was definitely for you, and I just think it was a really good LEGO set that a lot of people overlooked. Moving on to 7th place we have the Midsiscale Super Star Destroyer set 8099. This LEGO set released in 2010, came with 423 pieces and retailed for $40. Now this one always felt like a bit of a weird experiment. Obviously the Midsiscale Super Star Destroyer was not minifigure scale, you couldn't have them inside the build, but it did beautifully capture the shape of the ship in a roundabout way. And for $40, I mean, you can't really complain of that. It's a great display piece, especially if you didn't have the space for the giant UCS model. I definitely think this one was underappreciated and probably ahead of its time. Moving on to 6th place we have set 75145, the Eclipse Fighter. This LEGO set was released back in 2016, came with 363 pieces and retailed for $30. It came with 2 great minifigures, those being Nar and Dengar. Here we have another LEGO set that I think low-key is absolutely great. The Eclipse Fighter literally transforms mid-build, and Nar or Nari, I'm not too sure how you actually pronounce that name, but I think it's one of the coolest non-canon Sith characters LEGO has ever made. And then just to finish the set off, you even get Dengar, who's always a great addition to any LEGO set he features in. It's definitely a weird one, it's really wild, and it really deserves more attention. Moving on to 5th place we have the Imperial V-Wing Starfighter set 7915. This released back in 2011, came with 139 pieces and retailed for $20. And the minifigures included was R2-Q2 and an Imperial pilot. This is one of those LEGO sets that just totally flew under the radar. It's got that slick post-Revenge of the Sith vibe, and R2-Q2 is a rare little droid nowadays. And for under $20 at its original launch date, this was a great pickup. It's compact, easy to play with, and fills a real niche that we haven't really seen LEGO revisit in a while. Moving on to 4th place we have the Sith Fury Class Interceptor set 9500. This LEGO set was released back in 2012 and came with 748 pieces and retailed for $90. And it came with 3 minifigures, one of which is just one of the best LEGO minifigures we've ever had, that being Darth Malgus, and then we also have 2 Sith Troopers. Having this LEGO set based off the Old Republic I think is just amazing. Not every Star Wars fan has played the Old Republic, but every Star Wars fan who has played the Old Republic loves it and adores all the other content and merchandise that comes with it, and this LEGO set is really no exception. The build is absolutely fantastic, but what makes this LEGO set legendary is that Darth Malgus minifigure. Like I just said, it's one of the most detailed and unique minifigures we've ever had, especially in the Star Wars theme. And he is exclusive to this LEGO set, so for that reason alone it was worth picking up that LEGO set. And to this day I still think the Sith Fury class Interceptor is so underrated. Moving on to third place, we have Anakins Pod Racer set 75258. This is the 20th anniversary edition that was released back in 2019 and retailed at $30, and it came with some really nice minifigures, those being young Anakin Skywalker, Padme Amidala and a 25th anniversary Luke Skywalker. Funnily enough though, I don't think the best part about this LEGO set is the minifigures. I think the actual Pod Racer itself is extraordinary. I think it's one of the best designs we ever had, and for $30, I mean, you just really can't complain of that kind of value for money. The build captures the speed, shape and proportions better than any LEGO set or any previous version we'd had based on Anakin's Pod Racer. And then as an added bonus you get that exclusive 20th anniversary Luke Skywalker minifigure with that sweet printed stand. This set is a love letter to episode 1 and it totally went under the radar. In at second place is the Gungan Patrol set 7115. This was a rather small LEGO set that retailed for $10 and was released way back in the year 2000, making this set over 25 years old, which is crazy. This set packed a ton of value, as included in the set was a Jar Jar Binks minifigure and a Gungan warrior, and this LEGO set was among the first to include non-human characters with custom moulded heads, so it was pretty groundbreaking for its time. But the standout of the set are the Cardu creatures that the Gungans ride. They are super distinctive and only ever appeared in this one set. For such a small LEGO set, this one gave you so much, and to this day I still don't understand just how underappreciated this set is, because it's great. So that brings us on to first place for one of the most underrated LEGO Star Wars sets of all time. In my opinion, it has to be the TIE Crawler set 7664. This set was released back in 2007, came with 548 pieces and retailed for $50. This thing was based off the Legends universe and it's just pretty crazy in my opinion. A TIE fighter with tank treads. It's so bizarre but yet looks so cool. Stormtroopers are some of the coolest Stormtrooper variants we've ever had. The contrast of the silver visors against that black armour looks really sleek and super unique. For a LEGO set that was released nearly 20 years ago, this one has aged like a fine wine, with its unique tank-like concept and design. This set is totally slept on, but it's a must-have for Star Wars EU fans. So there we have it guys, 10 of the most underrated LEGO Star Wars sets of all time. Let me know down in the comments what is your most underrated LEGO set, I'd love to know. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel as it really does help me out. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.